Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play on Oxygen Not Included. You will notice that time has moved on a bit since the last episode. We've moved along a bit, a few cycles. What has happened? Well, what has happened is that there was a small glitch with the audio recording, and I decided not to do new audio separately for the videos that I recorded. But also what has happened was we're in an everlasting spiral of high stress environment. So I've tried a number of things to try and resolve our stress. So let me show you what I've done. I've effectively put in the sanitation, so the lavatories, the shower, and I made this a self-sustainable setup. So if I put on the water pump, it is self-sustainable at the moment. I've taken this out, but I want to add some more water to the system to just fill up the system completely, so it's not as empty as it is here. But effectively, that would then be a self-sustainable setup. So that's one of the great things of this game, is that it kind of pushes you to develop these kind of setups to become sustainable, because you don't have an endless supply of water, sand, algae, all of those kind of things. You have to kind of work with that. The other thing we did is we removed the main causes of all of this contaminated oxygen, but what was left behind was these piles of contaminated dirt. So I'm trying to build this over here, and what I'm going to do in this is I'm going to get the contaminated dirt to come over here, and this has to be top priority, really. So hopefully they'll bring the contaminated dirt, put it over there, and we can solve this situation. Unfortunately, because of the endless spiral of stressed people, we've become very unproductive. Everybody is constantly on the massage tables. We're mainly cleaning up the base and trying to sort them out, more so than expanding or growing or even researching. So we're really a little bit stuck at the moment. I'm hoping that this setup here will solve our problem to a large extent, but unfortunately everybody seems so stressed all the time that we're struggling. We're just cleaning up, nothing else. Ooh, let me cancel that arrangement. I think I've actually wasted a lot of water over here with that. Also, our water is quite low. Our oxygen is kind of holding, but it's not enough to sustain us. We've got a lot of oxygen in here, and I'm wondering whether this setup wasn't a bit of a mistake. I probably shouldn't block this off the way I did. What I should, however, do is I should, well, still try and do this, but just funnel the hydrogen out, but let the rest disperse into the base automatically. I was too obsessed with keeping the hydrogen out of the base that now I'm also keeping the oxygen out of the base, which is causing some more of our problems. But I think ultimately the biggest mistake in what I did here was I let the stress levels get out of control, and now it is such that I can't control it. As you see, there we go, another pile of stress vomit, resulting in a big chunk over here. But then that causes more stress because of everybody that has to clean it and walk over it, and so on and so on. So we are constantly having to deal with that. And there they go again. Eleanor, that was nasty. Stop that. Let me just do that. Lots and lots. Okay. And again, that goes in here. I still find it so funny that the actual water jumps when the vomit gets in there. It's just contaminated water. But so we're piling up contaminated water, and which kind of makes me wonder whether we shouldn't have some kind of way of catching it at the bottom, because it is another potential sustainability item. It's a little bit gross, I know, but if you're using contaminated water, you can actually clean that up into actual water. So that might be a sustainable process if we catch that. But it's just so difficult to control. It's just constantly everywhere, and it causes a struggle. Everybody is stressed because of it. So I don't know if that's necessarily the way to go. Our oxygen, I mean not our oxygen, our carbon dioxide scrubber is going, uh, and it's working quite well. The only problem is it is kind of draining the pressure here. So if that kind of falls down, we should be able to get that going on a bit more, but it does reduce the pressure. The pressure is quite low here, but our biggest concern is the fact that this isn't actually getting out and distributing into the base, and so we should probably put that at the top of our base, and have the gas that falls down from it disperse into our base, and only kind of pump the top into an area where we can use the hydrogen for power, and etc. So actually this is actually cleaning up a little bit, but we're still stress vomiting everywhere, just causing us some problems. This is waiting for slime, so we haven't run out of slime, have we? Clay. It seems we have pretty much run out of slime, and we'll have to dig out some more slime if we want to make that work a bit more. So let me dig out a little bit more and see if we can material gold amalgam. Well, that takes some time. Let's see if we can get a little bit of slime out of there. Everybody's going to bed. What is that? We see it's barely breathable still. We run out of power quite quickly during the night. Actually, I wonder, I'm going to have a look and see if we can get through the night with this. Which we do. And I'm also wondering whether I've done this to increase pressure down here, but I think our next setup, if we're just doing a little bit, I think we just naturally let it go down. Let's stop this for a minute. I'm not having another duplicate at the moment. We're struggling too much as is. Okay, I've built this this gas valve to try and see entombment. How is there an entombment here? I don't understand. Anyway, what I'm going to try and do is just connect this up with the, not liquid pipes, with the gas pipes. For now, I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna pop it straight in there and straight down there, and then I'm gonna take out that one. So let's deconstruct the gas pipes. Gas pipes behind here. Just want to deconstruct that a little bit. Excellent. Okay, so gas pumps have been... Okay, so let's... What is the issue here? Stress vomiting. The whole base is full of vomit. This is such a... This is such a mess, really, to be honest. If you once your stress levels gets out of control, I just don't see there's any way of coming back from that. I've been struggling a while, a number of cycles to try and get that sorted out, and it just doesn't work. So let me quickly open that. Maybe that'll solve this problem. I just want to check this this gas valve flow control. So I'm wondering what that effectively does. So what's happening is we're getting very limited flow of oxygen to the various areas, which I believe is a problem. So there's a little bit of oxygen, but this is not creating enough oxygen to feed everything. What we should be doing is we should just be pumping it into one corner and having it kind of push itself down. And maybe let's do that. So let me deconstruct this and that and that, and then once this whole thing is kind of full, it'll only pump out in this area. And what we'll do is we'll add some gas permeable. I don't want to add gas permeable tiles right yet, but what we should do is we should get some very breathable oxygen in this area. How's our power? I can't see. Our power is not going to last through the night, so I'm not sure we're going to have enough. We just don't have enough breathable gas. But at least that seems to be the way we should be doing it. At least a constant flow of oxygen in this area will help, but we're using it as quickly as we're pumping it. So it is quite difficult. I think the natural distribution of this down into the base is probably a better arrangement to try and pump the oxygen into this here. We're just not getting enough breathable oxygen. Wondering what the issue with these pumps are. Is this thing is just kind of stopping it, right? Is that what it is? I just want to have a look here again. That entombment seems to still be a problem. So let's do, if we go all the way that way, what is it doing now? Oh, it stopped it? Oh no. Oh, it's still doing the same kind of thing. And there goes the stress vomiting yet again. We haven't even cleaned up the last bunch of it, and they're going again. This could be like a constant flow of water for us, of contaminated water. Okay, the other thing that's happened last night. They've launched the update of this. It's still a beta update. So there's probably still a lot of bugs with it. It's called the thermal update, and it adds a lot of elements to the game in terms of the thermal from a thermal perspective, as you might have guessed. So the temperature control in various areas. There's also some new interesting biome dynamics in the biodynamics in the area, and biome. So there's an ice biome. There's more food elements. It's very interesting. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to end this Let's Play series right here. It's clear that we know the big mistake that's been made here, and that is not managing stress appropriately. We managed most other things, I think, fairly well, but not managing the stress ended up giving us in an area where our guys are just not productive enough to get us out of the situation. So what I'll do is I'll to spend kind of numerous episodes to try and get us out of this spiraling stress circle or stress cycle is probably not the most entertaining thing to watch. So what I'll do is I'll end the series, this first series here, and we'll start another series using the new update, where there's obviously a lot of new interesting things we can do and look at, but also we will manage our stress much better the next time. Okay, guys, and that's a appropriate place to end it. We made it to cycle 44. Stuck in this endless kind of loop thing, but that's it. It's been fun. Next time we'll do better. I am ExactChaos, and this has really been exactly chaos in terms of oxygen not included. If you liked the video, please click the like button. If you like my content in general, please consider subscribing. I will be adding much more of this in the future, not just oxygen included, but I'll add some other things in there as well. So keep your eyes on the channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye.